Welcome to the Solid Signal podcast for the week of July 7th, 2014. I'm back. It's been a 3-day weekend, and I'm feeling invigorated and ready to start this week's podcast with a bang. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's not a terribly glamorous subject this week, but it is something that came to the forefront over the last couple of weeks, and I really felt like it was something that I had to bring up to you guys. You see, there's two very frequently overlooked parts of your average person's toolkit, and unfortunately, they're two of the most important things. Not very glamorous, but I'm talking about patience and practice. These are the two most important tools that you're going to have in any sort of installation, and, well, I know they're just out of fashion today. Unfortunately, you still need them. Here's an example. Let's just say they send you this nice shiny new RV SAT kit from Solid Signal, and you're ready to go tailgating. You've got your tripod, you've got your HD dish, you've got everything you need. The only thing you don't have is practice. And believe me, I've never met anybody who can set up a satellite dish the first time in under a couple of hours. Oh, sure, you're going to be able to impress your friends with doing it in just 10 or 15 minutes with a lot of practice, but the first time, it's going to take a lot of patience. Believe me, you're going to think that it's broken. You're going to think that you're not doing it right. You're going to think that the instructions are wrong. But really, it just takes practice. You need to get the feel of how that dish works, how it all sets up, and how the numbers that you actually get from compass readings and from the internet actually translate out to real-world results. It's also going to take the patience to make sure that thing is completely level, because if it isn't and you start spinning it around, then those numbers aren't going to be right. Patience and practice. If you're looking to do something a little bit more permanent, like put an antenna up on your roof or install a cell booster, there's the third letter P that comes into place, and keep your mind out of the gutter, folks, and it's planning. Patience, practice, and planning are all required if you're going to be doing something permanent on your house, because you don't want to drill holes where they don't need to be, and you need to know what you're doing. Cell boosters are great. They're kind of no-brainer installations, but they don't work at all if you don't plan where you're going to put the antennas. Plan it, test it before you hook everything up permanently, make sure that everything works right, and you'll find that you get great results from it. It's the same thing from an antenna. You don't want to be climbing up on that roof half a dozen times making sure that everything's all set. No, so plan ahead. Make sure you have the tools that you need. In the case of an antenna, it would be a signal finder and possibly a friend who can tell you what's going on the television. In the case of a cell booster, like I said, it's knowing exactly where you're going to put stuff and how far away you need to put stuff. And with a satellite dish, well, this is probably the most planning that you're going to do if you're going to do a permanent installation. Look at the area where you're going to be putting up that dish. Do you need extra bracing? Do you need to even replace a molding, perhaps? Look at if there's going to be any trees in the way, something you're going to need to cut down. You don't want to be doing that in the last minute, do you? Like I said, it takes a lot of planning, and if this is your first time putting up a satellite dish, wow, that's even worse, because you're going to need the patience and the practice to make sure that that dish is up and aligned properly. I don't want to discourage anybody from doing stuff, because these are easy projects and they're fun to do. But, even though it's 2014, we can't do everything instantly. So plan out an afternoon to do it. Take your time. Enjoy yourself. See, think of it this way. If you've got the whole day to do something, it becomes a party. It becomes fun. You don't need the pressure of trying to get it done now. And I don't know about you guys, but for example, when I want to do a project, it's nice to have that excuse. Well, it's going to take a couple of hours, and that way you plan for some lunch, and you maybe bring some friends over, and you have some fun doing it. Come on. This is how it goes. You know you're going to need that time anyway, and if you only plan 1 hour to do a 4-hour job, you're going to be stressed out. Who wants to be stressed out on a weekend, especially when you're trying to get your television or your cell booster all set up? A little practice, a little planning, and most of all, a little patience will do it for you.